La possibile ripresa del calcio in Germania riparte la Bundesliga. Brothers and sisters, I want to welcome you back to life. Back to the one that can make your next chapter your best chapter. Hallelujah. La possibile ripresa del calcio in Germania riparte la Bundesliga. Brothers and sisters, I want to welcome you back to life. Back to the one that can make your next chapter your best chapter. Hallelujah. La possibile ripresa del calcio in Germania riparte la Bundesliga. Brothers and sisters, I want to
Come on, help me say it. I see a new day dawning. I see a new day dawning. I believe it's almost here. I believe it's almost here. Lord, we are standing in your presence. Lord, we are waiting patiently. Our hearts are ready to receive all of the blessings that you have for me. Open up the floodgates. 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 Open up. Breakthrough coming. I believe it's almost here. I believe it's almost here. I feel my increase coming. I feel my increase coming. I believe it's almost here. I believe it's almost here. Lord, we are standing in your presence. Lord, we are waiting patiently. Our hearts are ready to receive all of the blessings that you have for me. Open up the floodgates. 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 Send your rain. Your rain. With expectancy. Come on, put your hands together, believing that God is getting ready to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. I believe I got a witness right here. Come on, help me say it.
We're ready.
Hey,
For your blessing, send it down, send it down. We're ready for your blessing. You're right.
come on, say it.
For your blessing, send it down, send it down. We're ready for your blessing. You're right.
Let's go. Come on.
Send it down, send it down.
Somebody look up. Say,
Send it down, Lord.
yes, we do.
We need a breakthrough.
It's got your name on it.
We need a miracle.
Say, God.
Good afternoon to you, and welcome to the Gospel Powerhouse on this the third
Let's get out of here.
It's May 17th, 2020. Well, Cora Thomas is my name. It certainly is a pleasure for me to join you on this day as we present the very best in inspirational music and information. For this hour, we have a special guest. College graduation would have taken place last Sunday in most cases. So we have a special guest coming up around 2:30. And we're just going to talk about their experience graduating in the last few months. So again, stay with us. As we just heard from Demetrius West, which opened the floodgates. And before that, we heard from Lady Bree with So Good. And Kirk Franklin started the hour off with Love Theory. Coming up, Corin Hawthorne with Won't He Do It. So continue to listen. You're listening to WVOA 87.7 FM, The Voice. Good afternoon.
Shine. They try to break me, try to freak me out, but I
back in the field. Did they hear me?
Die, but ain't no power stronger than the one that came and laid down his life. And I got mountains to climb, but the enemy can't stop me, cause there's a calling on my life. So when I'm crying, don't last too long, cause he gon' step in and make it alright. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed. How it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. I'm about to lose it again. I'm about to let him know where I'm from. Don't take me there again. I just call on Jesus, my friend. Get me back in line one more time, cause he's always listening. Ain't nobody perfect, everybody's hurting. Need your whisper, Lord, save me from my weaknesses, cause you're always on time. Come and get your breakthrough, cause I'm gon' get mine. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed. How it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. You see what the enemy planned for my downfall turned out to be the greatest victory of my life. Cause when it comes at you fast and hard, there's only one that could come and make it right. So ain't no need for stressing and crying, cause he gon' show up just like he did the last time. And the last time, and the last time, I know. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah. He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes he will. Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed. How it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. Won't he do it? Yes he will. So I trust him at all times. Won't he do it? I know he will. So I trust him at all times. Won't he do it? He said he will. So I trust him at all times.
He leads me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. When you become a believer, your spirit is made right. But sometimes the soul doesn't get the notice. It has a hole in it due to things that's happened in the past, hurt, abuse, molestation. But we want to speak to you today and tell you that God wants to heal the hole in your soul. Some people's actions are not because their spirit is wrong, but it's because the past has left a hole in their soul. May this wisdom help you get over your past and remind you that God wants to heal the hole in your soul. I have my sister Leandria here. She's going to help me share this wisdom and tell this story.
Deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me, hurt me. Lord, deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me.
Yes, sir.
Hurt me.
I know we should be finishing, but sing it for me 2 more times.
Lord,
background sing. Oh yeah. Deliver me. God, rescue me from myself, from my overthinking. Deliver me. If you're listening out there, just repeat after me if you're struggling with your past and say, let the Lord know. Just say, oh. He wants to restore your soul. Just say, deliver me. Hey, if my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven. Break it on down. So it is. It is so. Amen. Now when we pray, we want to end that with a declaration, a decree. So I'm speaking for all of you listening, starting here, starting now. The things that hurt you in the past won't control your future. Starting now, this is a new day. This is your exodus. You are officially released. Now sing it for me, Leandria.
This is my exodus. Yeah. This is my exodus. I'm saying goodbye. This is my exodus. To the old me. This is my exodus. Wow. Thank you, Lord. And I'm saying hello. Thank you, Lord. To the brand new me. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. This is my
racing. Jesus to the light. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're gonna have some fun. Y'all ready? Jonathan Nelson, I love you, brother. Whoa, let go. Darkness seems to be all around me, searching for what my eyes cannot see. Where to go next, and who can I trust? No one but you. My hope is Jesus, and I can see the light. Yeah, I can see the light coming. I can see the light. Hey, I can see the light. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's the light of the world. He's the light of the world. You got it. You say darkness. You say darkness seems to be all around me, searching for what my eyes cannot. Where to go next, and who can I? No one but you. My, I can see the light. Yeah, yeah. You got it now. Say, this won't last. Your word will come. I can see it. Coming. Everybody clap your hands. For you, Joshua. So shine your light on us. Shine your light, Jesus. Oh, shine your light on us. Shine your light, Jesus. You got it. Oh, shine your light on us. Shine your light, Jesus. Oh, shine your light on us. Shine your light, Jesus. Clap your hands. Y'all ain't churchy enough for me. Say, I can see the light. Yeah, yeah. I can see the light coming right now. I can see the light. You got a promise. This won't last. Your word will come. I can see the light. It's coming. It's coming. You gotta believe it. Hey, I need somebody, anybody, everybody clap your hands. Hey! Everybody clap your hands. Somebody ought to get with it.
But then what you do is once you search it, tell people all they have to do. It's really easy. You type Gospel Powerhouse and I put Cora in there as well. And then you click on the one that says live. And then it literally brings you right to
I just gotta encourage somebody. Is that all right? Is that all right if I take my time? This won't last. This won't last. Yeah. Said this won't last. He made me a promise. I said that this won't last.
Bye, Isaiah.
All right, I'm here.
Talk as long as you want. I just feed you. You just go with it.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Make it work.
Hello. Oh, oh, because I had it up. Okay. All right. I had it up.
Oh,
Sorry. So what? I can't they heard me.
yeah.
All right, Isaiah, we're going on.
All right, no problem.
And a good afternoon to you. You're listening to the Gospel Powerhouse on this third Sunday in May. Well, my name's Cora Thomas, and it certainly is my pleasure to join you on this day. It's a beautiful day here in Syracuse, and many of our young people have graduated from college. And on the phone with me, I'm blessed to have somebody that I truly adore and love. And he is a college graduate, and his name is Isaiah. Isaiah, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me as well.
Oh, so you graduated from Brockport?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what was your major?
Communications, and I minored in French.
Okay, so you were all excited, 4 years of study at Brockport. Wait, did you say minor in French?
Yes.
Oh, do we speak fluently
Un petit peu.
now? I knew what that meant, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad.
Well, the last 3 months have been an experience.
I would agree. I would definitely agree.
Okay, well, tell us about your experience the last 3 months.
Okay, so basically everything was going okay. We went back to school and we were just living our lives as normal.
Hmm.
And then it was about we would watch the news and you would hear a couple of things about coronavirus here or there. And then once we got to like about March, the beginning of March, things started to get a little bit more serious. And in fact, in one of my courses, one of my professors, she just said, you know, a lot of things are happening in the world, and I think we need to take a day and just talk about things, especially since my campus, SUNY Brockport, they chose it as a quarantine site for some of the students who were doing study abroad.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yes, so that definitely sparked a lot of conversation on my campus. Um, so I remember in that class, one of my classmates brought up the idea of possibly closing schools and things like that. And at that time, none of us like possibly imagined that it could happen or anything like that. So we kind of discussed it and things like that, but it was kind of just like, oh, that'll never happen. And then right around like a couple of days before we were gonna get ready to go off on spring break, um, colleges across the nation just started closing. I remember when Syracuse University closed. That's when, in my mind, I was like, wow, my school is probably going to close. And then, like, on the Wednesday before our spring break, Governor Cuomo, he announced that all the SUNY schools would be closed. And so then that was when we were faced with the realization that we wouldn't be able to finish our semester in person. So after that announcement came, basically my entire campus was evacuated, I guess. And we didn't return after spring break, and we all went home. We moved out of our dorms.
How was that?
They were
Did you know when you went on spring break that you weren't coming back, or did you have to come back and pack up and move out?
no, our president, the president of the college, he said that it was best that before we left for spring break, if we took everything with us, because there would be a great chance that we wouldn't be able to come back.
Mm,
It would be an indefinite amount of time before we'd be able to re-enter the campus. So basically, yeah, when we were leaving for spring break, we knew that we weren't going to be able to finish as we normally would have.
well, I know that when they closed around spring break, um, the rumor was, Isaiah, that they were going to try to bring you guys back in April or toward the end of April. But the dilemma there was, you know, that's finals.
Exactly.
So then you had to finish online. Is that correct?
Yes, that is true.
Okay. How did you do with your online classes?
Um, it was a pretty good experience. My professors were very accommodating because this epidemic is not just affecting like one person. We're all in this together, and it's affecting all of us. So my professors were definitely a lot more understanding and lenient with classes and work and things like that, which I was thankful for.
Yeah, this
Um,
was new to everybody, right?
yeah, exactly.
So so you finished the online classes
Yes,
and you have graduated.
yes, I have.
Congratulations again.
Thank
Uh,
you.
what do you miss about not being on campus
Uh,
prior to graduation?
definitely the people, um, because my campus was very big. There was like thousands of people and the professors, all of us together. And when that announcement kind of happened, we really didn't have the chance to have a proper goodbye. And it was kind of just like we just left and we didn't really get to say goodbye. So I definitely miss all of my friends and professors and that face to face, just walking across campus and getting to like wave hello or say
Yeah.
hello to my friends or my professors.
Yeah.
That is definitely the thing I miss the most.
And I know for a fact that you were very involved in extracurricular activities.
Yeah,
So that was a void as well, right?
exactly.
So my next question, this again is a learning experience for everybody. No one is exempt. What did you learn from this experience, Isaiah?
I definitely learned how unexpected life is, and how we need to be more prepared for things like this because this is something that, especially with all of the technology and how us as a society and a population, we feel that we're very advanced and we've come a long way. We definitely have, but this is something relatively simple, just a virus, and it's completely changed our way of life. So I think I've definitely learned um, that life is not always going to be on a set pattern or set path, and that truly anything can happen at any moment or any time. And also, I learned to be more prepared for anything, really, to roll with the punches and to just get back up and come back fighting harder than before.
Wow, you have grown, young man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So now we're talking about, and I'm gonna talk about your future endeavors. What are you looking to do?
Well, I would really love to move to New York City, and I definitely want to help.
Not right now.
Not definitely not right, or it's gonna take a little while before I get to live out my dreams. But I
Okay.
definitely want to. This epidemic has definitely helped me see how different people are affected in different ways, and how there's still a lot of inequality and oppression. Um, and I definitely want to help people. Whatever I do, wherever I end up, I want to just help people in whatever way is possible, so that I can feel like I'm giving back to society and humanity.
Oh, wow. Isaiah, just listening to you. I haven't talked to you this year, and I just have to tell you, um, I hear your growth, and I'm so proud of you, of where you've come to. And I just wish you the very best in your future endeavors. And before I let you go, please encourage other graduates. There's others that are in your shoes, many others that have graduated and didn't get to walk the stage, but they celebrated in their own way. So just give some words of encouragement to your fellow graduates.
I definitely will. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay. All right. So no, I want to hear you say some words of encouragement.
Oh, and words of encouragement.
Hmm.
I would definitely say to keep your head up. This is only a temporary setback in the grand scheme of life, and to just you worked very hard for your diploma and all of your awards and recognition. So you should definitely still be proud of that, and to keep your head up. And if nobody else believes in you, I believe in you. So congratulations, class of 2020.
2020 class will go down in history as a very unique, um, determined, committed class because in order to graduate, you had to do those online classes.
Yeah,
And no one was there to push you. And
yeah,
you had to reach out to your professors and your peers and help each other.
definitely.
So again, congratulations, class of 2020, especially to you, Isaiah. Again, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. And thank you for talking with me.
No problem.
All right.
Anytime.
I appreciate it. And you are listening to WVOA 87.7, The Voice. Continue to listen.
Sometimes I wonder what they're thinking about when they pull their guns and start to shout. Don't they see the little children out playing? I'm thinking about it, Lord. I can't even walk the streets at night. Gotta hold your purse and wallet tight. It's so insane, you just might have to fight to survive. I'm thinking about it, so I steal away to a quiet place
moment. Come on, help me say, this ain't no ordinary worship. This ain't no ordinary. No, 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 no. The kind of service greater. The kind of service greater than the other. So I'm gonna give him all I have. I'ma give it all I have in this world. Oh, let me tell the story about a woman with an issue. Had it 12 long years, didn't know what to do. She heard about a man coming through her time. She fell to her knees and crawled on the ground. Oh, this is what she said, yo. She said, if I could only touch but the hem of his garment, I'ma give it all I have. Moment. Come on, help me say, yo, this ain't no ordinary world. Oh, no it ain't, no it ain't, no it ain't. This ain't no ordinary. Yeah, the God I serve is greater. The God I serve is greater than the ordinary. So I'ma give it all I have. I'ma give it all I have in this world. Let me tell a story about a man from Galilee. Oh, he healed the lame, caused the blind to see. This man, he was betrayed, crucified for you and me. This man only wanted to make us free. Oh yes he did. Oh yes he did. Oh, listen y'all. But in 3 days he rose with all power. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 days he rose with all power. 3 days he rose with all power. So I'ma give it all I have. I'ma give it all I have. I'ma give it all I have in this moment. Come on, Elijah. Come on, play. Come on, play. Come on, play. Come on, play. Somebody say, play Elijah. Play Elijah. One more time, this ain't no ordinary. This ain't no ordinary song. No, 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 no. The God I serve is greater. Yeah. So I'm gonna give him all I have. I'ma give it all I have in
We got a brand new one I'm gonna share with you tonight. Are you ready? Goes like this. You make the blind man see, make the lame man walk again. You cause the dead to rise, And that's why we dance in liberty, cause you're doing it all again. Yeah, yeah, cause you're doing it all again. Oh, 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 oh. Say, you made the blind man, made the lame man walk again. You called the dead to rest, and that's why we dance in liberty. Come on, shout it, you're doing it again. Oh, 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 sing. Oh, oh, sing. Hey, so you're doing it all again. Oh, yeah, yeah. Come on. Oh, yeah. So you're still saving. You're the same God. Yeah. You're still healing. He's the same God. Come on, say still create. Still create. He's the same God, same God. Same God. Huh. Chain breaking. Yeah. He's doing it all again. Are you ready? Sing it. Come on, we're gonna sing. He won't change. Oh. You're the same God as you were yesterday. Say never. Yeah. Hey. Say it. You won't change. Oh. Yeah. You're never ending. Oh, yeah. Sing. All right, come in, Nick. So that's why we call you Jesus. I call you holy. He's coming to see about you, my Redeemer. He's making a way out of no way, and my provider. Now we're gonna sing this part together, say, but you're doing it all again. Cause you're doing it all again. Cause you're doing it all again. Cause you're doing it all again. I can't do it by myself. Cause you're doing it all again. You keep making a way. Cause you're doing it all again. Over and over and over. Cause you're doing it all again. Over and over and over. Cause you're doing it all again. Over and over and over. Cause you're doing it all again. Over and over and over. Yeah. You're doing it all again. See about you, my Redeemer. He's making a way out of no way, and my provider. We gonna bring this one together, but we're doing it all again. But you're doing it all again. I can't do it by myself. You've been making a way. Over and over and over. Over and over and over. Over and over and over.
The time now is 2 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock, and you're listening to the Gospel Powerhouse on WVOA 87.7 FM. I know many of you was communicating with me. You were having problems getting on YouTube, have problems with the online stream, but I think we're all together now, and I just thank you for joining me on this third Sunday in May 17th, 2020. Again, we congratulate all graduating seniors from colleges that have graduated, and we're looking forward to seeing what God has in store for you. And coming up this hour, we're going to hear from Israel Houghton, William McDowell, Jacqueline Carr, and I'll be back. So continue to listen. You're listening to The Voice. Good afternoon.
Say it again, you are good, and your mercy endures forever. Now come on, clap your hands and shout if you believe it tonight. Come on, everybody. Good and your mercy endureth forever. Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. People from every nation, yeah, from generation to generation, we worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you for who you are. We worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you for who you are. Come on, say, and you are good. Lord, you are good, say. Are good and your mercy endureth forever. Come on, don't stand around. Get involved in this. Say, Lord, you are good. And your mercy endureth forever. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord. People from every nation, generation, we worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you for who you are. We worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you for who you are. Come on, shout it. And you are good. So good, yeah. Put your hands up, say, you are good all the time, and all the time. You are good, yeah. You are good all the time, all the time. You are good. Say it again. You are good all the time, all the time. You are good. Yeah, you are good, yeah. All the time. Woo! All the time. If he's been good to you, lift up a shout and praise. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Lord, you are good, say. Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. Lord, you are good, yeah. Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. Lift those hands high. Come on, bless him now. Say, Lord, you are good. You are mercy endureth forever. I'm looking at a generation who knows how good he is. Lord, you are good. Your mercy endureth forever. People from every nation. People from every nation and tongue. From generation to generation, we worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We worship you for
posture of worship. Lord, this is our posture before you. I've got true love instead of pain. There's freedom though you captured me. I've got joy instead of mourning. There's beauty in my brokenness. I've got true love instead of pain. There's freedom though you captured me. I've got joy instead of mourning. We all sing it together. Come on. You give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. Yes, you give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. We all sing it together. Come on. There's beauty in my brokenness. I've got true love instead of pain. Anybody free tonight? There's freedom though you captured me. Yeah, I've got joy instead of mourning. And you give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. I feel your joy 'cause you give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, yeah, down deep in my soul. Come on. I've never been so free, caught in your love for me. I've never been more secure, knowing you're sorry. Never been so free, caught in your love. If you're free tonight, just say it. Never been more. Never been more secure, knowing you're sorry. You give me joy, yeah. Down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, hey. Down deep in my soul. See, you give me joy down deep in my soul, yeah. Down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. Now open your mouth and release your joy tonight. Come on. Joy unspeakable, full of glory, full of glory. Release your joy in here, in my soul, my soul. If you got joy, say you give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. Hey, say you give me joy down deep in my soul, yeah, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. You give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul.
Make some noise in here! Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. No matter what the doctor says, Jehovah has the final say. No matter what the bills may say, Jehovah has the final say. I have no reason to fear. I have no reason to fear. become comfortable being uncomfortable. I've become comfortable with being guilty. Listen, whenever you are anointed, whenever you are anointed, the enemy will come to kill you. But I got good news. God is with you. Come on, sing it. God is with you. You will not die where you are. I said you will not die where you are. I have no reason. Say I have no reason. I have no reason. He's everything that I need. He's a lawyer in the courtroom. He's a doctor in the sick room.
I just read something about manliest judge just committed suicide.
Mm.
I was trying to find it.
William J. Barrett.
It popped up on my going on, Janelle. Stand by. The time now is 3:30 on this third Sunday in May 17th, 2020. I'm Cora Thomas, and it certainly is my pleasure to be with you on this day. And one thing that I enjoy doing is going into the community and talking to various people, finding out what's going on and their thoughts on various issues. And at this time, I'm going to invite a young woman that I have really come to love and adore. And I call her one of my babies, and her name is Janelle Boyd Harris. And Janelle, welcome to the Gospel Powerhouse.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Well, how are you doing on this beautiful Sunday, sunny afternoon?
I am doing well. I got out early this morning to do yard work. I'm doing well. I'm blessed. How are you?
I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm glad to be here. I keep it moving. You know, I don't think I want to sit too long because I think too hard. So I just keep it moving. I just keep it moving. Well, I invited you on today, and again, I thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you for offering this to me. Yeah.
Okay, because you're from New York City, but you're
I am.
presently living in Syracuse, New York.
Yes, it'll be 20 years, July 1st.
20 years?
Yeah, it'll be 20 years. I've been
my
in Syracuse, New York, July 1st.
Okay, how do you like us?
I love it. You know,
Obviously, you're still here. You're still here, and we're glad about it.
okay.
But you know, with this pandemic, epidemic, you know, what's going on, you know, it hit New York City pretty hard. And not only did it hit New York City pretty hard, Janelle, it hit you personally.
It did. It hit home. It hit home. Being a healthcare worker, we are prepared by several meetings to what we need to do for the people that come in. But it hits different when it hits your home. It hits different when it hits your bloodline and your family.
Okay.
It's a whole different ballgame.
I bet it is. The feelings are different. The emotions are different. This did, um, not that you don't care for the people you take care of in your work environment, but this is family. This is family, and it's a whole different feeling.
It's a complete different feeling. We're prepared to advocate for patients, for residents, for families, to prepare them for different trials and tribulations. And when the table turns, you have to be mindful that now it's your turn. And you have to take that same advice that you give those families and those patients and those residents and utilize it for yourself. And it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard. Why don't you, if you don't mind, just share with us, your journey in New York.
Well, I work at Powerhouse Hospital and Bishop Nursing Home.
Okay.
And I'm a financial counselor at the hospital, and I'm a social worker at the nursing home,
Okay.
which I was being prepared to deal with the COVID-19.
Okay.
And during that process, we got sent to work home from the hospital. And while I was home, I received a call from my mother telling me she's not feeling good. She thinks it's her allergies. So I started to monitor how long her allergies were starting to bother her. And I knew it didn't take this long. And I advised my sister, call 911. Mommy is actually having symptoms. With that being said, my mother is 81 years old. I thank God for that.
Yes.
No underlying health conditions for hypertension, but it's been controlled for years.
Good.
My sister took my mother to the hospital, and it was a very emotional moment for my sister because even though she's with my mother, she doesn't understand the whole concept of healthcare and the questions that need to be asked.
Right.
I'm a mother healthcare proxy, so I had to immediately rush down to New York City and go into, I call it the bully of the beast. I was prepared far as my mask, my gloves, my sanitize, but I still had to go in the mix of it all.
Wow.
It was very emotional because when I got down there, I drove straight to the hospital coming off the highway. I couldn't even see my mother. But I'm grateful that the administrator and them listened to me knowing that I'm a healthcare worker myself, and they kind of took me in as family to keep me updated what's going on with my mom.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
During that process, while me and my sister was bringing things to my mom, I watched my sister develop symptoms. And again, I'm in the house with my sister, and I'm watching her going through symptoms, and like, come on, we'll all go, we'll all get tested, let's just go together. And she's like, no, it's my back. I left Sunday night, my sister was admitted into the hospital, and she took a huge hit more than my mother.
Wow. Wow. So that's family. And not only that, you share with me that you had other family members that dealt with the coronavirus.
So all my family is in New York City. Well, not all. My niece just moved up here. However, all my family's in New York City. My 96-year-old aunt, who is the oldest out of 11 siblings, she received it, and she has, she died from it. But she's a fighter, and I personally thought she was gonna fight it because she fought 3 strokes. However, she held on for 3 weeks, and ICU and arrested on a ventilator, and she passed. My uncle, that was a blow to all of us with my uncle. He just refused to go to the hospital, and and this is the thing that bothers me. A lot of people are refusing to go in immediately when they see signs, which can save them, but they're afraid. They're afraid because I'm going in with no one. They won't let nobody in. It's just going to be me by myself.
Right.
And that's the fight.
Yeah. Because they don't have the loved ones. They don't have the loved ones there. And I know people in the hospital right now, Janelle, that they're lonely because their loved ones can't come. But the good thing that the hospital are doing, and you're in the hospital, they're doing this FaceTime now.
Yeah, so I'm not at the hospital right now, but I am at the nursing home.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're doing Google Duo and we're doing FaceTime. So families have a scheduled time that they can talk to their loved ones and be on the phone, do FaceTime, do video chat where they can see multiple people at once and their family. And to be honest with you, they need that. They need that. People will decline thinking that they're alone.
No, it's not the touchy-feely environment, but just to hear that family member voice, it makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
It makes a
You
difference.
know, after going through my mental struggle with my family, I literally had to shut off my emotions and handle my business with my family as a healthcare worker. You know, making sure things were done appropriately, making sure discharge planning was done correctly for my mom and my sister, making sure, you know, the transitional care to community was set up for my mom, me and my brother. I can't take it all by myself because he's still down there. However, once my mother and my sister was discharged home, which was like a month, it took a month, I had an emotional breakdown because you try to put that emotion behind the back of your head, you know, and deal with things realistically as a as a healthcare worker. This got to be done, this got to be done, this got to be done. And then once it's all said and done, you mentally have a breakdown because you're exhausted. You're exhausted with your emotions. And with just knowing that my mother was home, my mental started to be rebuilt, recovered. Just knowing she was home in her own company. I mean, it's a toll.
It is. You know, not just for you, and I know you personally, but you know, there are many people that are unemployed. You know, their children are home and they're not used to having their kids there 24/7, and the kids are not used to being there 24/7, and you know, and they're in the face of their husband or wife 24/7. You know, so those two are people that are in different environments that they're not used to being into.
Absolutely. So we're dealing with it's beyond a pandemic right now. You know, it's you know, they saying the virus. We have to understand that families are at their all-time high with anxiety and paranoia.
Yes.
Parents are dealing with their children that they're not used to dealing with more than 6 hours during the day because they're working and their children are in, you know, school or after school programs. And then you got a lot of parents that have learning disabilities that are challenged right now with trying to provide assistance to their children for education. And they are going through an emotional roller coaster to where they're very short-tempered when it comes to dealing with their own children. It's a disaster right now. The children are stuck at home. You know, what about the families that don't have cars to take their children for fresh air for rides?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot right now.
Definitely. I totally agree. And with that stress, you know, comes depression. And I think, you know, the coronavirus is one thing, but I think we need to really start focusing on people's mental state. You know, how are you doing? How are you holding up? You know, somebody needs to be asking those questions as well, right? Did someone ask you,
A lot of people didn't really know that I was going through what I was going through. I actually publicly went on Facebook and did a live, and for the first time, I actually broke down and cried, asking for prayer.
Oh my
Not just for my family, but as a whole, for a world, you know, because everyone is suffering in so many different levels. You have anxiety, you have depression, you have paranoia. There's so many different implements of mental health that people don't understand how to identify it. Some people are not even aware subconsciously that they're experiencing it for the very first time. And that's the serious part.
And that's very serious. But you knew your symptoms. You reached out. you called out, and and
Yes.
and I know you as a praying woman, so I know that played a major part for you as well.
Oh my God. So is it. I have a history, a medical history of PTSD. I don't like to claim it. I don't like to take medication, but there's some things that sometimes stress come along and trigger it.
Mm.
Um,
What is that?
especially has
PTSD. What is that?
PTSD is post traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
So it's levels to it.
Okay.
Times it can come to a head to where it can lead to a stroke because the anxiety of it, your blood pressure, it can be very dangerous. It can be dangerous, especially if you're not on medication, if you're not seeking counseling, if you're not really handling it in a medical professional way, but seeking assistance with it. Some people try to handle it themselves. I'm one. I will seek assistance with it, and then I will gain control of it, and I will try to maintain it myself. And I've done that well. But this situation with the pandemic and the COVID and what my family has endured, we went through 5 family members in a matter of 1 month of my family going through an emotional roller coaster. It was dramatic. I had to separate my emotions and deal with my health, ethics and deal with my family. And then once they were taken care of, I snapped back to myself, and at the same time, I crashed. I was unable to control my symptoms, and I handle it wrong. I'm very transparent with that. Even though I seek medical advice and I seek counseling from friends that are mental health therapists, I still handle it differently to try to control it, and I did not do well in the beginning. But I am a praying woman,
Yes, you are.
and I had to bring myself back to that.
Yes.
I had to be mindful of my family is safe. Out of 5, we lost 2. And I just had to keep on reminding myself about that. I really did. And I just felt like I was David in the wilderness. I felt like I was repenting for my entire family. And it was just a prayer mode for 14 days because I had to go into quarantine myself.
Because you went to
But
New
again,
York.
to
Is
be
it
in New York
because
City.
you went to New York and you came back to Syracuse and you had to go
Yes,
into quarantine?
yes, I couldn't even come home to my own family. I checked in at the hotel straight coming off the highway on the 29th. I couldn't come home until April 11th.
Oh, wow. And in that case, Janelle, I know you talked about this. You told me the phrase mind over matter.
Mind over matter. Mind over matter.
And you told me
Um,
that helped you.
It did. It really helped me because even though I reported myself at the Department of Health as a healthcare worker, and they told me I was Category 3, I didn't get a phone call from them. But I have a primary care doctor who followed me those days that I was in a hotel, and I just had it was mind over matter. I had to pray every morning that I got up as my foot touched the floor. I had to actually just pray, throughout the day, even when I received news from the hospital. And I was by myself. There was no one else to go through this with me but me. Um, I just prayed. I called friends. I had such a support team. Several people came and made sure that I had food, that I had packages, make sure that I was okay. And I'm grateful for that. However, at night, it was torment. It was mind over matter. I literally had to tell myself that everything was going to be okay. God got this. God got this.
God's
It's
got
going to
it.
be fine.
God's got it. And Janelle, I just had to bring you on because you are a true story. You are a testament that this is real. This is real. There's no phoniness about this. This is
No.
a person that has lived it, is living it, and now thank God she's back to work. And your faith is keeping you. And I thank God that you took the time today to share this with us.
Thank you. Like I say, I've said through this entire thing, by God's stripes, my family is healed. I am healed mentally. They are healed physically.
Yes.
And that's just something I say every day. By God's stripes, we are healed.
Now I love you. I love you. You're like one of my daughters, and I just appreciate you. Whenever I
Love you
need
too.
you, you're there. So, again, thank you for sharing. Um, it meant a lot. It meant a lot to hear this. Um, I feel for your family. I feel for you, but I know God's got this. Like you said, God's got this, and we're just
I
gonna keep
got this.
trusting and believing.
You know, my mother's a prayer warrior. She raised us to be the same.
That's right.
Even with her being home and her being healed, she just say to God be the glory. And that's just something that we say. And we're grateful for that. We really are.
Yeah.
Even with our loss, we're still grateful.
Well, Janelle, again, thank you for your time, and I love
Thank you, Cora. I appreciate it.
girl, you know you're gonna make me cry, but you know what? God is good, and I thank you, and I'm here for you if you need me.
Well, if you cry, the cry is to rejoice.
It's to rejoice because you are
That's
working,
right.
you're on the phone with me, and you're doing great, and that's God.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, he's a miracle worker, but I see your commitment to him. So again, appreciate you, Janelle.
Thank you, Chloe.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And friends, you are listening to WVOA 87.7 FM, online at WVOAradio.com, and we are also on YouTube. And I'm sending this song out to Janelle. This is a song called Fully Committed. And in order to get back on track with God, that's what you have to become. So special dedication going to you, Janelle. Fully committed.
Thank you. Thank you.
All that I am and all that I hope to be, all of my desires and all of my abilities, I'm fully committed to your will and to your way. I'll make the sacrifice to do what you ask of me. My love's forever. Jesus, you're all that I need, and I could never repay what you did just for me. But the least I can do, I give my life fully to you. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I give my life every passing minute, every hour of the day, in every situation, every bit of attention I pay, I'm fully committed to your will, to your way. I'll make the sacrifice to do what you ask of me. My love's forever. Jesus, you're all that I need.
rest of my life, I'm fully. Oh, my head, my heart, my mind, every part of me, I'm fully. So until the day I die, I'm gonna say yes. I'll say yes. I'll say yes, Lord. I'll say yes. I'll say yes. I'll say yes, Lord. And I want you to know I'm sold out. And I'm gonna hold out. Yes, I am. I'm sold out, hey. And I'm gonna hold out. I'm sold out, I'm sold out, I'm sold out. Yes, I am. When I think about what you did for me, I say yes. Yes, Lord. I will say yes for the rest of my life. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say yes, Lord. And I'm sold out, hey. I'm gonna hold out. I mean every word that I say to you, Jesus. Hey, 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 I could never repay you, but I'm sold out. Now I'm gonna hold out. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Now I give my life. Yeah. I make this vow to you, Lord, again, 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 again. Everything that I have. Come down, mighty King. My hands must not lay my soul. Come down, mighty. That must not lay. We come to praise. Get a witness here. We come to praise. Come on, soprano, soprano. That must not lay. Come down, mighty. Help us tonight. Altos, come down, almighty. Help us tonight. Come down, almighty. Help us tonight. Come on, tenors, let me hear you say it. One more time, come down. Help us tonight. Everybody come down. Help us tonight to sing. Come down, almighty. Help us tonight to sing. We come to pray. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Father of glory, come on. Father of glory, all of victory, come and reign. Come and reign. Father of glory, oh, come and reign. Come and reign. We come to
just a few moments before the hour of 4 o'clock. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to join you on this day. I want to thank my special guest, Isaiah, who graduated 2020 grad from Brockport, SUNY Brockport. Congratulations, Isaiah, and thank you for speaking with me. And also to Janelle, who shared her journey with her family in New York City. Um, Two excellent life experiences, life conversations that I thought would be beneficial to us today. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to join you wherever you are. And until next time, you be blessed and continue to listen to WVOA 87.7 FM. I'm Cora Thomas saying again, be blessed.